Alright guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video, and today we are going to go ahead and take a look at our girl Vados. They gave Vados a summonable SSR, and Vados is quite impressive indeed. A very good defensive unit similar to Whis. Just like Whis is made to completely support Beerus, Vados is made to completely support Kefla, right? Both of them are going to function in that manner. So let's go ahead and awaken Vados, and then I'm going to rainbow her. I'm kind of doing the Vados and then Kefla videos almost side by side, right? Just because, again, I want this rainbow Vados on the Kefla showcase, to sort of show how good she can be. Vados is going to be a great defensive unit, again, for many of the difficult modes. I think Vados is going to trivialize, Battlefield. Vados is going to be incredible, right? Like, she is a huge, huge addition to Dokkan Battlefield, especially because INT, I felt like it was one of the weaker typings. INT and Physical definitely feel like a far step below what Tech, AGL, and STR can do for Superclass. So, Vados like this is going to be a very nice addition over to INT. So let me go ahead and put the Rainbow Star on Vados. We have her awakened. And now let's go ahead and hop into some events and see how good she can be. And the answer is very good. Oh, also, too, I do want to clarify one more time that our girl Vados, she gives a 20% attack and defense to Universe 6, Realm of Gods, Sibling Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple, and it stacks. So she gives herself 80% attack and defense. She gives Whis 60% attack and defense. She gives Blue Vegeta, many of the Blue Vegetas, 60% attack and defense. So, she, LR Evolution Blue Vegeta comes out someday, Vados is gonna be on the team. Let's just say that. So, Universal Survival Arc team, maybe led by Hit, and then, being able to get Universe 6 and Tournament of Power together on a team, that's going to be crazy. So, we'll see how it's going to turn out. All right, so we're here in an event with our girl Vados, who potentially could definitely be a very interesting option for some teams, right? I think Ki could potentially be a big issue for Vados because, she is only shocking speed, right? If only she gave, I don't know, maybe she'd be OP if she gave one key for all those categories, right? Because the thing about Vados is that she gives 20% attack and defense to Universe 6, Realm of God, Sibling Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple, and it does stack. So if a character is on all fours, they're going to get 80% attack and defense, like Vados herself is getting 80% attack and defense from that. She also has a high chance of dodging. She's got 60% attack and defense. Vados just does a huge amount, right? She is a very, very good unit. But again, I do think Ki potentially could be a big factor for her. I have noticed this when using her on the Universe 6 team. I mean, one reason of course, for that is, all of those units on Universe 6 are so Ki hungry, Ki Orb hungry, right? We're talking both Keflas. You're going to have STR Kabe on there who gets stronger per orb. Then you have, LR Kale and Khalifa who's going to want a lot of Ki in order to get their 18 Ki super attack. Although, LR Kale and Khalifa, of all the summonable LRs, they struggle with Ki the least of any of them. It's insane. Well, Goku and Frieza is probably number 1, and then I would say Kale and Khalifa might be number 2 after that. So we are on Siblings Bond, right? Now there's just so many strong units that are going to be able to work very well with Vados. Typically, what I guess you're going to want to do is probably start with Realm of Gods units, and then sort of work your way through there, right? For units that are going to get a really nice buff from Vados, and then Universe 6, obviously, for the most part, across the vast majority of the game, that's where you're going to get the least buffs from Vados. There's not a lot of Universe 6 characters scattered throughout the game. It's a very small category, right? Okay, so this is good. We have Whis along with Vados. Now, I believe, let me actually double check. Whis and Vados, they have a very, very similar link set for sure. I want to see exactly how similar. Okay, so hold on. Let me pull up Whis real fast because this is important to note. Okay, so Whis, right? He's got shocking speed, Godly Power, Cold Judgment, which Vados does have all those. Vados has Brainiacs, which Whis does not have. He's got Fierce Battle. So it's just, Whis has Connoisseur and Gentleman, and then Vados has Brainiacs and Rival Duo. Ooh, Rival Duo is good. Actually, let me take a look at it in terms of the units that are on the categories that Vados is going to be on. Well, wait. Whis does have Rival Duo. Wait, what link does she have that Whis doesn't? Brainiacs? Is it Innocence? I'm getting all mixed up here. Let me just get this turn going. I'm just sitting here. Here, let's go ahead and get this started right here. Vados should be able to have a pretty decent attack stat right here, by the way. Again, Vados is very, very good. Yeah, okay, so yeah, Vados does have Rival Duo. It's Innocence. Whis does not have Innocence. Okay, so Brainiacs and Innocence are the two links that Vados has that Whis does not. So they're giving each other Godly Power, which is 15% attack, Cold Judgment, 20% defense, Shocking Speed is 2 key, Rival Duo 10% attack, and then Fierce Battle 15% attack. So, I mean, that's very, very good. The two of them are going to work very, very well together. They're going to be nice options on the Realm of Gods team. And again, it's one of those things where now Realm of Gods, like Superclass Realm of Gods, is just so insane, right? Although I feel like it's almost like yes, you know, Whis, Beerus, and them, they are Superclass, but they very easily could do like an extreme Beerus, right? And the way that Whis and Vados both function with their dodging, Whis has 70% chance to dodge, Vados has a 50% chance to dodge. You know, they wouldn't necessarily need like the buffs that they would get from like some of those other units like Tech Merge Zamasu, who gives defense to Extreme Class Realm of Gods. So I do feel like potentially by creating an extreme Beerus, I mean Champa is already extreme, right? But by making an extreme version of Beerus or something like that, that could help out Extreme Class Realm of Gods, because they decided to split the two of them up. So we do need to do something about that, right? We need to make it a little bit better. Okay, so this is a really, really good rotation for Vados right here. Whis, we've got herself, and then of course we also have Champa. So Vados here, 130k defense with a 50% chance to dodge is very good. Then Vados is giving 80% to Champa, and Vados is giving 60% to Whis. So Vados' impact on this rotation is just like stunning, right? Because again, she's giving 80% to Champa, and she's giving 60% to Whis. So, I mean, it's one of those rotations. These aren't like, you know, Dokkan Fest exclusive, like, monster power units, but, like, all three of these units functioning together are going to be crazy. And I'm probably going to do a separate video going over Dokkan Fest Beerus with Whis and Vados. But the thing about Vados is that she's another unit that works great with Beerus. That's really going to help Beerus out, which is huge, because Beerus, there is just a dearth of units in Dokkan that work really well with Beerus. So it actually is unfortunate that Vados is not physical, man. Like, I really would have liked if Vados was physical, because, like, you could say, like, oh, Champa would work good with Beerus, which I suppose he would, but, you know, he's like a Universe 6 category support type unit. You know, they did a really good job with Champa, turning him from one of the worst SSRs in the game to, I mean, honestly, you could probably say, well, I don't know if I want to say one of the better ones, but he's very, very good, right? Like, I have no complaints with Champa whatsoever. Like, they made him a very strong category support type unit, so that's pretty good. And then Blue Vegeta, by the way, does get 60% attack and defense from Vados. So when Evolution Blue Vegeta shows up, Vados is going to be, like, really, really important for that team. And potentially having one more Universe 6 ally on the team along with her could be good to create those orbs. But if you look at it, the only thing Vados gains from Universe 6 ally is just creating Rainbow Key Spheres. So it's not that big of a deal. That's obviously just something they added in to help Vados help Kefla on the Universe 6 team. Vados is designed for sure to help out Kefla. Vados, you know what she should have done? Vados should have given herself like 2, so her passive should have been 2 key and 60% attack and defense at the start of turn. I think that would have been a little bit better, but key can be an issue for her on some of these teams for sure. I definitely have noticed that. Alright guys, so now we are on a rotation here with Kefla and the Super Saiyan Gotenks. Remember, he is a support type unit on a rotation like this. So, yeah, here's what I'm talking about, right? Like, on Universe 6, like, Vados doesn't work particularly well with Kefla. And then the other thing, too, is that obviously, right, with Kefla, you're gonna want to give all of the orbs to Kefla and not Vados. So, like, Vados creates these rainbow orbs, which will help her out, but that's not really where you want to put them, right? Now, another thing to remember, too, about Vados and Whis, which makes them disgusting, and why, like, Realm of Gods, like, Super Battle Road is, like, a joke now. Like, it's just, you could have Vados and Whis on a rotation, both sealing, both lowering attack, both with a 50% and over chance to dodge. Like, they did a really, really good job with the Angels, right? Like, they've done a fantastic job. Like, taking the Angels in Dragon Ball Super, who are, like, the strongest characters in the series, and actually, like, properly implementing them into Dokkan now. Like, kind of like, I feel like the way Whis and Vados are, these new versions in Dokkan, is, like, a perfect, like, sort of example of how Whis and Vados are. 3.16, by the way. It's a perfect example of how Whis and Vados are sort of in Dragon Ball Super, right? I really like it. So Kefla, yep, 50% chance to dodge. Like, it's just nuts. Like, these new Universe 6 units are really good. Like, I'm enjoying it because Dokkan is definitely at a place right now where, like, all these new units are just so busted, which is always fun. It's always so much fun when the units are just, like, stupidly broken, right? Like, I think that definitely does work better overall for the game. It's definitely more hype. Now, I can understand if people are going to have a lot of pushback towards Kefla because, again, a lot of people really don't like Kale, Khalifa, and Kefla. But, like, I would definitely argue that, like, you could dislike Kale and Khalifa all you want for the ass pulls and stuff with their power, but Kefla being as strong as she is does make sense to me because she's a Patara fusion, right? Like, I'm totally okay with how strong Kefla is. I got no complaints about that. All right, so here's a very, very good rotation right here. Oh, okay. Champa, of course, obviously is going to work very well with Vados, but that actually is going to allow us to get 6 orbs for Kefla. So, like, as you guys can see, like, on the Universe 6 team / Rapid Growth, because Gotenks is Rapid Growth, we got him on the team. It's very easy for Kefla to get 6 orbs every single time. I would say easier than, like, Majin Vegeta Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Like, I saw some comments on my video pointing out, like, so, like, Kefla needs orbs the same way Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Majin Vegeta do, and I was very harsh on Goku and Vegeta for needing that, but I'm very positive about Kefla for needing it at the same time. I mean, one difference there is that the units you can bring that orb change on this Kefla team are units you would bring. Like, Kabe, you want him on the team. I mean, I certainly would say the STR Majin Vegeta for Majin Vegeta, that works good, but, like, he's creating STR orbs for a tech unit, which I feel like can get a little bit wonky at times. I suppose it doesn't really matter, like, thinking about it, right? Does it? Like, the fact, I guess not. But, like, then Angel Goku, unfortunately, has the exact same name as his unit that, like, sort of, like, does the orb changing and stuff like that, right? That, the AGL Super Saiyan 2 Goku Angel. So that is very unfortunate, right? That they did sort of set it up like that. That's why they really wanted to make it to where it's, like, Goku versus Majin Vegeta. They kind of completely mirror each other, right? They're both Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan, Goku goes Super Saiyan 3, Vegeta goes into Majin Vegeta. But I really feel like those units could have been handled differently. Like, not necessarily their kits, but, like, Vegeta going from Super Class to Extreme, I still hate. And then Goku, I mean, he should have just been, like, base form Goku into Super Saiyan 3. Like, they shouldn't have worried about trying to make him match up with Vegeta, because, like, it's, like, Super Saiyan 3 Goku doesn't fight Majin Vegeta anyway. Just make him base Goku, right? And then base Angel Goku, and then Vegeta should have just been Extreme the whole time, honestly. That's all they had to do. Okay, so he did survive, so we will get one more turn out of our girl Vados here. And the other thing, too, is, like, like, the 50% supports are just different, right? Like, they're giving all the support, they're creating orbs. Like, it would be a lot better if, like, Majin Vegeta could get buffs from, like, that second form Cell or Tien. But that's the thing, too, is that Vegeta's kind of in between, right? Like, sometimes Cell would work with him if he's transformed, then Tien would work with him if he's not transformed. I guess Goku, you can get Pan around him, but Pan is just nowhere near as good as Kabe. Like you still would want to run Pan on the teams, I think, but, like, keep in mind, like, Kabe with Lynx, his super attack effect, I think Pan is going to end up as the worst of the 50% support type units. She's number 10 out of 10. Kabe is far and away number 1. there's like, it's just, it's not even a discussion. Like, I guess some people could maybe say Tien because they're obsessed with damage and the amount of help he gives to LR Goku and Frieza. I mean, at least that would be a good case, but Tien greatly lowering attack is very helpful, but greatly lowering defense is not. And then like Kabe giving himself the attack and defensive buff by 30% for 9 turns on super attack, I think just completely shits on what Tien does in terms of his super attack. But Tien is good on several category teams too, and very bad category teams, right? Like categories that needed help, Tien is on, which is good. So I could probably buy Tien as 2, but I think Kabe is easily number 1, right? No doubt about that. Alright, so this is Unknown Sense of Urgency, Vados. Her leader skill is the Universe 6 category key 3 and 120% to stats, which is fine, but, you know, it's kind of one of those things, right, where we already have exactly one of those leaders, right? Although, I guess if we look at all 4 of these categories, right, so Universe 6 already has one of those in Champa, and what does Caulifla give? Is Caulifla at 120% as well? Yeah, she is. So, I mean, there's 3 120% Universe 6 leaders, along with the 2 170% leaders in Tech Hit and STR Kefla. So, we're good on Universe 6 leaders. Realm of Gods obviously has a billion of them, right? You have LR UI Goku, Beerus, INT UI Goku, Zamasu. You know, Gowasu and Zamasu are 120% leader. Siblings Bond has got Goku and, Gohan and Goten. Actually, she should have been a Siblings Bond secondary leader. Absolutely, because there is the Android 18, who is 120%, but I think Vados should have been a Siblings Bond category leader for sure. And then Bond of Master and Disciple, there's a couple as well. Whis, the Tech Trunks, and then, of course, the blue Super Saiyan, the physical blue Super Saiyan Goku. He is a leader for Bond of Master and Disciple as well. So yeah, Vados definitely should have been a Siblings Bond leader. I think that would have been a little bit better because Universe 6 did not need it. Her super attack is Requiem of Destruction, which does supreme damage, lowers attack, and seals super attack. Her passive skill, Power to Command, gives her 60% attack and defense at the start of turn. Then she gets a high chance, which is 50%, of evading enemies' attacks. And then Universe 6, Realm of Gods, Siblings Bond, and Bond of Master and Disciple category allies get 20% attack and defense. Now, it stacks, right? So based upon the amount of categories you're in, you will get 20% attack and defense for each category. So, like, Vados gives herself 80%, Blue Vegeta gets 60%, Whis gets 60%, you know, Champa gets 80%. So, like, that's something that's very, very important to remember. Otherwise, Vados would be okay. Like, well, she'd still be really good because she's a great defensive unit, right? Lowering attack, sealing, and high chance to evade, just that alone is really good. And then this last part is, like, it feels like she might have been done, like, and then they're just like, well, you know, let's just add this last part to her. Because she changes key spheres randomly of a certain type to Rainbow if she's with another Universe 6 category ally in the same turn. That's good. Because, again, that's very strong for Kefla. That's clearly designed for Kefla, but it's also going to work really well with STR Kabe on that team, and if you want to bring STR Hit, it's going to work very well also. Remember that Hit will still give key to Kefla and Kabe, but the attack buff is only, the attack and defense is only going to be for himself, right? Vados' links are the Innocence, Brainiacs, Rival Duo, Cold Judgment, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, and Fierce Battle, so very good there. Her 12 key multiplier is 140%, which is fine. And then she's, again, on 4 category teams, right? So she's, of course, on Realm of Gods, which, you know, I mean, we're probably about to get LR UI Goku dropped over here on JP. Realm of Gods is just, like, it's ever since LR God Goku. Like, he, like, was the beginning of this wave of Realm of Gods dominance. Because before that, look at this. Yeah, before that, we got, like, Zamasu and, like, Gowasu and Zamasu, and that was it for, like, such a long, like, we got a couple units at the start of the year, and then they went a long time without really updating it, but then now it's just, like, non-stop Dragon Ball Super units have been coming out, so this team has gotten very nasty. She's also in Universe 6, which is really, really good now. Between the STR 50% supports and now these recent batch of units, I think Universe 6, of all the small categories, Universe 6 might be the best. It's just with how cohesive it is. How well all these units work together. I mean, you have, what, like the 4th or 5th best unit in the game on the category, and Kale and Khalifa. Kefla is either the best Dokkan Fest exclusive TUR or the 2nd best, not counting EZAs. So, you know, again, it's between her and Cooler. So Universe 6 is just in a really good spot. She's also over here on Sibling Bond, of course, where she could be useful. Sibling Bond is really weird in that there's just such an assortment of units. This is where her giving Ki really would have made her like a must run on that category practically. Although, I guess Gohan and Goten are only getting 20% from her because they're not on Bond of Master and Disciple or anything, right? Which, I mean, I guess, honestly, I feel like you probably could, because Gohan did sort of teach Goten, didn't he? Like, I guess he didn't teach him that much, but I feel like maybe a case could be made that they would be on there, but I guess it's not a big deal. And then finally, she, of course, is over here on Bond of Master and Disciple. I suppose that's because of Champa, right? I guess, because, I mean, she's not really a master, it doesn't seem like, to Kabe or, you know, the girls or anything like that. Seems like that's probably more related to Champa than anything. But with Whis, I mean, Whis is definitely, like, Whis towards Beerus, sure, but then the Blue Goku and Vegeta are clearly on this category because of their training with Whis, so I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. There's Vados, though. Incredibly good units. Do not chase her if you're a Global or JP player, though. Let her come to you. She is a great defensive unit. She's a great support type unit. Vados is very good, and she's going to work very well when, like, Blue Vegeta from the Tournament of Power gets some sort of monstrous card. Oh, boy, is Vados going to be interesting. So let me know what you guys think, and I'll catch y'all next time.